I'm going to just do an overview of a $100,000 a month info product business. Now, I'm not going over anybody specifically. I'm just going over, the multiple people that I've seen that have actually scaled to $100,000 a month and above. And what I've noticed is these are the fundamental aspects of their business. So I'm just going to go over it, just get straight to the point, and let's just get started, okay? So the first thing that you need to have dialed down is attracting your ICP, okay? What that means is do not chase going viral or getting views or anything like that. You should only be posting occasional trends in your niche just to drive people to your profile. So like if there's like a very popular like video trend in your niche, just you can do that just to get people to your profile, but it should absolutely not be the main source of your content. Your content should be very intentional to your ICP, because one targeted intentional view is worth 100 random views. And there's so many people in the info product space where they have crazy numbers, they have crazy amount of views, crazy engagement, but they don't have any money. They can't sell their high ticket program, right? It's because they don't have their ICP. Okay, they don't have their eyeballs actually watching their content. So you need to break down your content into these 3 groups. Okay, let me just bring the mic down closer. Hopefully you can hear me now. But yeah, so let me just break down your content into three groups. It should be top of funnel, which is just building awareness about you and that you exist. Okay. Middle of funnel is teaching people, how to choose a solution. And the bottom of funnel is explaining why your product or your business model or, why they should be working with you specifically. So top of funnel, of course, you're just going to, use that just to bring the eyeballs first. Middle of funnel is where you're going to nurture them a little bit, tell them a little bit more about, maybe why your business model is, or maybe why your, program is good. But then the bottom of funnel should be like why they should work with you specifically. Okay. Now this is how you're going to package your content. Okay. I call this the FID method, or the FID method. It just means the foot in the door method. Okay. So a little trick most people overlook is how you package your content matters just as much as the content itself. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know this guy, but this guy's name is William Brown. Okay. And he popularized, the lowercase titles. I don't know if you've seen these titles, on YouTube often, but I've seen them pop up like crazy after he started doing this. Okay. So with these lowercase titles, I'm pretty sure you've seen speed running my 150K a month coaching business. I show everything. I've seen titles like that all over YouTube. And at first glance, it looks stupid. It looks terrible. It looks unprofessional, but there's method to the madness, right? Because actually it counterintuitively builds trust before you even click the video, because it seems so unpolished and authentic, like you're just messaging a friend. So the best example I can give is, let's say like with politicians, we don't trust them because they're too professional. So we always think that they're like, sleazy, or we just don't fully trust them. People that just say anything they want to say, they just, don't really care about professionalism. We trust them 100%. So it is counterintuitive. You would think to build trust, you have to be professional, but honestly, especially on YouTube, that's not the case. Okay. So these lowercase titles and the unprofessional of, the thumbnails where it's just, there's no editing, right? In the thumbnails and in the video, that's actually a method to the madness. And that's the hook. It's the curiosity spark. People think, wait, this guy's making a huge claim and he doesn't even take the time to look professional. Let me click just to see what's going on here. Now, this is crucial. Okay. Once they click, you can't actually be an idiot. You know what I mean? Like you have to actually show that you have some sort of social proof, or, you're worth listening to. So William Brown, in the first 30 seconds, actually, as soon as you press on the video, he provides some level of social proof, right? So as soon as you click on the video, he'll say, I had made $500,000 last month with my coaching business, and I'll show you how. Or he provides some level of social proof. He might say, one of my students made $100,000 in a month, let's say, and that's his level of social proof. And that's the first thing that comes out of his mouth before he even says, I'm William Brown. So as you need to provide social proof, or just a reason for people to listen to you as soon as they click on the video. Okay. So after all that, you have to deliver insane value. Okay. So now you have the social proof when they click on the video. Now you actually have to deliver on your claim. So whatever the title is, if the title is, I will show you how my Shopify store does 500K a month, you're going to have to actually deliver on that. Okay. So have that title. First 30 seconds is going to be you having some level of social proof. Then you're going to have to deliver insane value. Like this has to be the type of stuff that people would actually pay for. and you have to give it away for free. So you might think like, why does giving away real value work? Well, it's pretty simple. When you give people the sauce for free, it proves you actually know what you're talking about. And so it's like a free sample at Costco. If the little taste blows your mind, you're way more likely to grab the whole box. Okay. Now, I want to say something because people are usually afraid to give away, value for free because they think that people won't pay if I give away all the sauce for free. But I promise you it's completely false. People want to be handheld and guided. They just need to know that you can guide them. They need to know that you actually are an expert and you can guide them. So I'll give you an example. If you're a pilot, let's say you want to learn how to fly a plane, okay? Now you can watch videos on YouTube. You can watch them till you're blue in the face, right? And they can show you in the videos step by step how to fly a plane, from turning the plane on, from all the controls, everything. They can show you everything. That does not mean that you're gonna go for your first time and go try and fly a plane by yourself. It doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna do that, okay? But you watch the guy give a full step by step tutorial. You're gonna trust him and be like, okay, I want to fly a plane. I'm gonna go to him and I want him to actually be with me in the plane and fly it with me, because he's showing you that he's a complete expert, okay? Through all his social proof, from him showing you that he knows how to do it. Now, the third aspect is knowing your ICP inside and out, okay? This might be the most important part of your coaching business, okay? So when it comes to online coaching and mentorship, especially high ticket, your leads problems are always layered, okay? So what I mean by that is, let's say you have, one lead and he wants to make $30K a month, okay? You have to figure out his whys or their whys. Maybe they hate their current 9-to-5. It takes time away from their spouse and kids. That puts strain on their relationships and their loved ones. They have no time available for themselves. They feel like a slave. So these are all the reasons behind why they want to make $30K a month, okay? It's way deeper than just, I want to make more money. Now you say you have another lead and they also want to make $30K a month, okay? They want the same thing, but this lead wants it because they want to afford a supercar. They want to live the Miami lifestyle. They want a certain social status. They don't want to work a 9-to-5. You have to understand client profiles so that way your content can resonate with them. If you don't know your ICP, then you can't make content that's going to actually speak to them, okay? So obviously everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to make more money. So this offer right here, want to make $30K a month, is going to appeal to a lot of people. But your content is going to separate, the people that are really high intent and people that just, saw a video saying make more money online and pressed it. So this is the key to going from 10K a month to 100K a month. As when you know your ICP, you can dial in your messaging through your content, your VSL, your pitch deck, appointment setters and closers, the sales reps. They'll know what to say on sales calls, all their pain points that they have. So it's super important to know your client's ICP. Sorry, your ICP. My bad. I have no script. I'm just reading off this and I'm just saying off the top of my head. So forgive me if I'm not the best. Okay. So now you've identified your ICP. Now it's time to build your offer. Okay. Now you cannot build a killer offer if you don't actually know who you're building it for. So imagine trying to cook an amazing dinner for someone without knowing if they're vegan, allergic to peanuts, or hate spicy food. That's what happens when you skip knowing your ICP. You're just guessing at that point. So the clearer you are on your target audience, the easier it is to make something that they're going to drool over. So you have to cater to your audience. You can't just make content that you think people resonate with. You have to actually know who your ICP is and make content that caters to them. Okay. Now the second part is you have to make the end result measurable. So the people don't buy just better. They buy measurable transformations. So if you offer promises and results, those results need to be trackable. So it's like going on a road trip and asking your friend, how much longer till we get there? And they just say, eventually. That's not reassuring at all. But if they say, 20 minutes till we hit the gas station, 40 minutes till we cross state line, and we'll be at the hotel by 7, you're giving them all the points with actual times. Suddenly the trip feels manageable, even if it's a longer trip, because expectations are established now. So nothing for your ICP is a bigger turnoff than uncertainty with your offer. So number 3 is the risk reversal. This is where you flip the script. So instead of your client thinking, what if I waste money on this offer? You make them think, what if I don't take this deal? Because you carry the risk. So it's like telling someone, eat at my restaurant If you don't love the food, you don't pay. Suddenly saying yes feels like the safest option. It feels like a no-brainer. So obviously you got to make the risk reversal like conditional, of course, right? So like you have to have a bunch of conditions in there, okay, that will almost guarantee your customer success. So that way you don't have to worry about refunds. Now, number 4, give them a time frame, okay? So speed matters. Like it's one of the biggest components in an offer that will make it successful or not. If you tell them that, you can help them lose 20 pounds, but you don't say when, then your brain immediately doubts it because it can be 3 months, it can be 3 years, right? You don't doubt that you're going to lose 20 pounds, but if it takes 3 years, you're going to try and find something faster. So the shorter the timeline, while still being realistic, of course, the more powerful your offer. People always pay for the fast lane. If you go to the amusement park, people don't want to wait. They'll pay extra just to skip the lines, So number 5 is niching down. So here's the truth. If you try to appeal to everyone, that means you resonate with no one, okay? 100 super high quality leads is so much better than 1,000 people that are just like meh about you. Like they're just indifferent to you. So you need to niche down so that people feel like your program, product, or offer is specifically for them, okay? Now, this part is like, there's definitely some secret sauce I put in here. It's unique mechanism. So this is one of the biggest factors that makes your audience choose you over any and everyone else that's selling the same thing. So your leads, they're constantly thinking to themselves like, why should I choose them and not the other dozen people that are selling, the same thing? What's the special method, system, or framework that you use that others don't? It's like, why should I choose you specifically? So this is why I said knowing your ICP is so important, because now you can tailor your unique mechanism for your ICP and their pain points, all right? So for example, if your ICP are people that have a lot of money but are time restricted, then your unique mechanism could be that you get them X results in Y time. So maybe, you get them to 10K a month in 60 days while only working 2 hours per day, right? That 2 hours per day part, that's your unique mechanism, okay? So now this offer is 10 times more attractive to your ICP because their biggest, obstacle is time. It's not money. It's, I don't know if I have the time to make this work. And you're saying, no. Well, you only have to work 2 hours per day. You get it? So you have the same offer, same guarantee, same amount of time it will take, but just by adding this while only working 2 hours per day for your ICP, it's going to make the offer 10 times more attractive, right? Now, a little tip is when it comes to like a unique mechanism, it's really just as easy as coining a new term. So I don't know if you guys know breast scales. Let me just see here. Breast scales, freelance brand scaling. So breast scales, right? I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you probably know him. He popularized freelance brand scaling. All it is just SMMA. It's just running ads for businesses. So this business model has been around for so long, okay? But he just changed it into freelance brand scaling, changed the term. It's honestly the same thing. It's literally just a marketing agency. And he's been able to be like one of the biggest info product gurus, if you want to say, in the space, just by changing the title of his business model. It's not even really like a unique mechanism. He just coined a new term, and now people think it's a whole different untapped business model. And that's really all he did. He just changed the name of it. He doesn't call it SMMA. He calls it freelance brand scaling. So it can be literally just that simple. I promise you. Okay. So now you know your ICP, you built your offer, package your content correctly. So now it's actually the product itself and the deliverables. So the deliverables, it's the actual tangible things that your customers will receive when they actually take you up on your offer. So there are 3 ways that you can deliver info products or mentorship, right? You can have it done for you, done with you, or do it yourself. So the done for you, you can charge the highest price, but it's going to take, the highest amount of time and effort allocation from you. Okay. You can do it with you, which is my favorite part, my favorite one to choose. This one is medium price, right? And medium time and effort. Okay. And really when it's info, it's really just like coaching calls, right? It's not really that much like effort. It's just more time. Do it yourself. It's lowest price. So this is like, let's say like a course. You just make it once, you ship it out, right? It's lowest price, and it's obviously gonna be the lowest time and effort. So done for you, you do 100% of the work. You build the systems, processes, assets, whatever tangibly that can be done on your end, and your customer just sits back and does whatever is not possible for you to do yourself. So anything that you're able to do, then you do it pretty much. The only thing that you don't do is like if it's completely dependent on like your customer doing it. So maybe like for me, if I'm a growth operator, which I am, right? I just can't post the content. Like I can't make the content, but I do everything else. You know what I mean? Hire the sales reps, closers, appointment setters, SOPs, creating sales assets, everything, right? They just have to post content. You get it? So that's done for you. Okay. So let's say you were doing a dropshipping offer, right? The deliverables will be building the online store for your customers, doing all the product market research, adding the products to the store, creating and editing video creatives, set, and you're doing all that. That's a done for you offer. Done with you, my advice would be just to change everything in the done for you to just review and advise. So instead of like building your online store, it's you'll review and advise on your online store. Or instead of doing the product and market research, you'll review their product and market research and advise them on, anything they should change. And then also you just add, one-to-one and or group coaching calls on a certain schedule. So maybe you want to do, coaching calls every Wednesday or every Wednesday and Friday. So maybe 1 times per week or every day at a certain time. Doing it every day at a certain time increases the value of the done with you offers like insane. So if you have like, maybe an hour to spare every day, having a call every single day will increase your conversion rate insane. Then you have, DIY, which is like a digital, a course, A to Z dropshipping course. This one, I mean, it's good for like, it's not really scalable. Like it's scalable for sure, just in the sense of, it's just a course that you can sell over and over again, but it's not really that high converting, especially now in the market where everybody knows the 997 course scams and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, it's something to maybe put as like a lead magnet, Okay, so now let's actually talk about building out the funnel, right? And before I actually get into breaking down these funnels right here, I just want to address something that I think is so like, I feel like everybody should do this if you have like a high ticket, make money online offer. I think this is so important, and it's subtle, you might miss it, but if we just take Brett Scales here, right? So he has the, apply for the ERT, right? Which is, his one-on-one mentorship program. But then right under that, he has apply to have me scale your brand, right? Basically what I'm saying is he's a freelance brand scaler, right? That's the business model that he promotes. So he has mentorship clear here, but then he's also saying like subtly with this right here, he's saying, hey, I'm still doing freelance brand scaling. I'm not lying to you. I make money off freelance brand scaling. Apply to have me scale your brand if you're a brand, right? So he's pretty much showing like I'm still doing the business model that I'm showing you guys how to make money from, right? Like I'm still doing it too. Okay, I'm not no like scammer that's just doing mentorship and that's how I make all my money. No. I'm still doing my business model. So this part right here, it's one of those metrics where you can't see it like on a spreadsheet, but I'm telling you, every lead, when they go to his description and they see that, oh, he actually is doing brand scaling himself, I promise you it's driving up conversions. I promise you. I've noticed this with most of the big, like info creators. Like there might be some people that teach, SMMA, and they'll have a mentorship link, and they'll also have a link under that says, if you're a local business and you want me to help you with your ads, here's my calendar link. They're subconsciously showing the audience that, hey, I still also do the business model that I'm showing you guys. I don't know if that makes any sense. I really hope it does. But yeah, I've noticed that to be a common theme with a lot of the like most successful info product sellers. Okay. Just want to get that out of the way. I'm sorry I went on a little tangent, but I thought that was really important. I could have added to the video. But yeah. So now let's talk about the actual funnel build out, right? So there's a webinar funnel and a VSL funnel. I'll just show you what a webinar funnel looks like first. Just press that. Serge Guattari. He has a webinar on September 6th. Now it's September 5th. Okay. And he does this a lot. He does webinar funnels a lot. And I think it's just because it's so effective, right? So basically he has a little VSL here. We don't have to really watch it, but I mean, the premise of it is he's going to be hosting a webinar. Okay. And on this webinar, he's going to be breaking down super in depth the business model that he's showing people how to do, which I think is AI infrastructure, building AI infrastructure for businesses, right? He's going to break down the whole business model. He's going to make it sound so good. He's going to make it sound like this is, the best thing since sliced bread. And on the actual webinar itself. Can you guys hear me? Just wanted to make sure. Okay, I hope it recorded everything because I can't do this back and forth. But yeah, he's gonna make it sound so good, right? He's gonna address everybody's pain points in the actual webinar. There's gonna be a live chat. People are gonna ask questions, and he's gonna address them one by one, right? And then he's gonna sell his mentorship at the end. Anybody that wants to know if like that's what it's gonna look like, join his webinar, and I promise you that's what it's gonna be. It's tomorrow, so I can't really like prove it, but I'm saying watch. When tomorrow comes, okay, September 6th comes, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Okay. So he has his VSL here, right? He has his copy here. Okay. Why this matters right now. So pretty much this is all just copy, right? And it's pretty much just talking about how good the business model of AI growth infrastructures is, right? He's talking about, okay, he has secrets. Escape service trap you're stuck in now. So this is highlighting his ICP's pain points, right? Escape the service trap you're stuck in now. So his ICP is probably, service providers or SMMA people, right? That probably hate what they're doing. They hate SMMA. They're stuck in a service trap. So he's addressing that right now. Okay. So this part is pain point. Talk about their pain points, right? This next part is build your own AI growth system. So now he's pretty much kind of selling the dream, right? Selling growth systems for 5K a pop, 25K a pop, that run 24/7. Like he's selling the dream pretty much. He's selling like the amazing parts of the business model that he's selling. More copy. He's talking about what you're going to learn on the webinar. So you'll learn how to identify, okay? So this is pretty much just setting expectations for the webinar. Setting expectations. And if you notice, right, there's a small thing, but he constantly has join and build the webinar all throughout the funnel, right? So pretty much it's just so you can't miss it, right? No matter how far down you scroll, okay? Who are we? Let's copy. I can definitely go more in depth, right? Testimonials, super important, okay? These testimonials are extremely important, right? Social proof, okay? And it's a lot of social proof. The more testimonials you have and social proof you have, the higher converting that any funnel you have will be. Doesn't matter what it is, okay? So I can go more in depth, like breaking down these funnels. I just wanted to give like a rough overview. So that's the webinar funnel and the VSL funnel. This one's a lot more just straightforward to the point, right? Apply for one-on-one coaching, unlock the blueprint, right? So this copy, like unlock the blueprint, it's important, right? He's bolding unlock, okay? Because it makes it sound like it's secret. Like he has a secret, right? This is kind of what I was talking about, the unique mechanism, right? This word just unlock. You might think it's not that important. People are wondering like, oh, like what is the secret that he has that that I have to unlock? Unlock the blueprint that makes me and my students multiple six figures. Okay. He has the VSL here. Gonna address, how much money he's making is gonna have social proof. I haven't watched it, but I guarantee if I play it, then that's what's gonna happen. I just want to play it because this video is already extremely long, and I will definitely go more in depth through other videos, but I'm just giving a little overview. So this is kind of like a sneak peek into the deliverables. So weekly one-on-one calls, daily check-in, support, full 4-week done for you plan. The done for you part, like I said, was talking about before. Who's this for? This is kind of messaging to his ICP, those who want to fast track success. So this is for people that just want, straight to the fast track lane to success, like he's saying. For anyone tired of playing a safe to 9 to 5, for people ready to invest in their skills. So this part right here, for people ready to invest in their skills, this is super important because this is subconsciously telling his ICP that they're going to need money. Like my coaching is not free. He's not saying that, oh, you're going to have to pay me for coaching straight up. He's not saying the price or anything like that. He's pretty much framing his ICP into a certain identity. So this is for people that are ready to invest in their skills. It subconsciously makes the ICP kind of feel like I hate to say it, but like you're a loser if you don't invest in your skills. So this is only for people that are, committed and willing to invest in their skills. This is it's small copy. You would think it's just words, but it is so important in your conversion rate. So how to turn a beginner store profitable in a week. Like I said, testimonials and case studies, super important for conversion. So more results, testimonials, and then just apply for one-on-one coaching. Okay. So pretty straightforward. The VSL funnel is I like it a lot because it doesn't take that much. It's very simple. You're your clients or your customers, they won't get like too distracted or confused. But it's pretty simple. Just to break it down, I know I've been talking a lot, but just to break it down, it's you have a VSL, okay? You pretty much just lay out kind of what they'll be getting, who is this for, and then just testimonials. That's it. It's really all you need, okay? And then when you apply, oh, this one is just straight into a call, eh? That can work too. You can have an opt-in page as well, but this one's straight into a call. I'm not going to book a call right here because that's not really the point of this video. This is just an overview. But yeah, I know I've been talking a lot. I know I've been rambling, but I hope, because I'm not really having a script, but I hope that makes a lot of sense. And let's just go to the next part. Okay, so now let's talk about the backend operations portion. I'm just going to make this a very simplified version because if I was actually to go in depth, it would be like its own video by itself, which I will make in the future. If you guys want me to make that video, just leave a comment down below. But yeah, a very simplified version of this is if you're like over 30K a month, right? Which if you followed everything over here, right, then you should be, right? You should be at that point. So once you get to over 30K a month, this is where you're going to be hiring, appointment setters, sales reps, closers, triagers, and all the team members. They should all match your ICP. Okay. So if your ICP is 20-year-olds that don't want to go to college and want to try an online business model, then your ICP should kind of match them, right? They don't have to be exactly that, but it should be similar at least. Okay. If your ICP are people, middle-aged men and women that are working 9 to 5s, then your ICP should kind of reflect that. Okay. Now it's not a must. It's absolutely not a must, but it definitely will improve conversion 100%. Okay. After that, you should be having 15 to 30-minute daily check-ins with sales managers, closer setters, and dialers. Okay. This is just to refine the process, see if you have any leaks, where you have the leaks at, where the leads are dropping off, what objections they're having. Okay. That should be on the daily. Okay. You should use that call to, like I said, review closing calls. Okay. Review setter conversations and review dialer activity. Okay. So reviewing closing calls, this is where you're going to see what's the main objections that your leads have. Review like how are the closers framing the calls. Setter conversations, that should be the main focus, should be speed to lead with that. Just make sure that your setters are, conversating with the leads like promptly. You know what I mean? Like 15 minutes or less. They should be responding to DMs. Okay. No DM from a lead should go unanswered for longer than, I want to say 20 minutes. At that point, your conversion rate will take a hit, a pretty big hit. And dialing activity, as soon as a lead opts in, there should be some call to their phone, right? As soon as a lead inputs their phone number, whether that's through, a VSL landing page, webinar funnel, whatever, right? Dialing should always be done within the first 2 hours. If you can do that, if you can dial leads within 2 hours of when they opt in or give you their phone number, then you're like miles ahead of the game. Okay. You'd be surprised how many like info creators have offers where they don't dial leads at all. Okay. And then make sure that the growth operator meets with all necessary team members daily to turn call feedback into concrete marketing adjustments. Okay. So if the sales manager role is already filled, which if you're over 30K a month, you definitely should have a sales manager. Like that will save you so much time and headache. So if you have a sales manager role and it's filled, then we can just communicate with them, right? Like your growth operator can just communicate with them and it just streamlines communication, right? It's no chaos and having to talk to a whole bunch of people. Just talk to one person, the sales manager, and they'll relay all the information back to, the sales rep, closers, triagers, etc. Okay. Now this was super simplified. I will definitely go over this a lot more in depth in another video. It's just, if I did that, this video itself is already 30 minutes long. For me to go in depth with this, it would be another like hour and a half. Okay. So, but I will definitely make a more in-depth video on the back end. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you liked the video. If you do want help with implementing this into your business, just book a call below. I have a link in the description. And yeah, if you honestly follow everything that I've laid out above this, right? So, package your content correctly, knowing your ICP, building the offer, everything I have up here. If you can just do that, then you should easily be at 30K a month already. And then the back end, just, refining it and doing all this should take you to 100K a month. This is literally how I've analyzed so many funnels that have, or so many, info products that have literally done over 100K a month. And this is all the fundamentals they have. So yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much the end of the video, and I'll see you next one.